Before the cross, there was a child. Before the miracles, the sermons, and the sacrifice, there was a quiet life. A boy born into a world that didn't recognize him. A life wrapped in poverty, shadowed by danger, but guarded by heaven. This is the story of Jesus, before the world knew his name. As I started my day, I wanted to speak about a topic that is often overlooked. I will start with Isaiah 53, verses 1 and 2. It says, "Who hath believed our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground." Wow, that's how it began. A tender plant, not a warrior on horseback or from a Hollywood movie thriller, and certainly not a child born in golden robes, but into straw and shadow. From the moment he was born, Jesus was hunted down. Herod, gripped by fear and jealousy, sent out a decree to kill every male child under 2 years old in Bethlehem. But God was watching. Angels moved swiftly. A dream warned Joseph. The family fled to Egypt under moonlight, cradling the salvation of the world in their arms. And while Satan stirred the hearts of kings, heaven never looked away. Every step, every moment that went by, angels watched. Legions upon legions are ready to act. Demons tracked his path, whispering lies and looking for the first signs of weakness. But they would find none. And so it began. Jesus grew in secret, not in a palace, not in the places where scholars debated or rulers planned and ruled. He grew in Nazareth, Nazareth, a forgotten place, a town so plain, so ordinary, that when someone would later ask if anything good could come from there, no one had a real answer, except heaven. He could have chosen anywhere in the world. He could have lived among scholars in Rome or in the wealthy cities of Greece. He could have been raised in Jerusalem with priests and teachers. But Jesus chose the poor, he chose the hidden, and he chose you and me. Because from before the foundation of the world was made, he chose the nails, he chose the cross. And even as a small child, he understood that mission. Can you picture him there? A small boy quietly helping his mother Mary knead bread in the morning, sweeping the floor, fixing furniture with Joseph. But then he hears the bleating of lambs in the temple. He turns to seize men bring their offerings. He watches as blood falls to the ground, and something in his spirit grieves. His heart flutters, not with confusion, but with clarity, because he knows one day that will be him, the Lamb. Yet in those early hidden years, Jesus smiled. He laughed with joy. He helped his mother. He gave from what little he had, food from his own meal, coins from his pouch, compassion from his heart. Children would gather and he would give them what he could, a kind word, a story, or something from his own hands. And while others might take, he still gave. And heaven watches from above. The Holy Spirit was his teacher. Nature was his classroom. Angels were his quiet friends. And every morning, Jesus woke with one desire, to do his Father's will. He didn't have scrolls stacked in his room. He didn't attend rabbinical school. But he listened. He watched. He prayed. The birds taught him joy. The flowers taught him beauty. The broken taught him mercy. And as he watched little lambs brought to the altar, something stirred deeper in him. He saw what others missed. He didn't see religion. He saw a father grieving. He saw a world lost. And he felt it all. Even as a child, he carried the weight of our sorrow, and yet he never lost his joy. He chose to live among those who were forgotten so that no one would ever feel unseen again. So before the cross, there was a child, not just any child, but the Son of God. And he chose the nails long before the world ever saw them. He chose the poor, he chose the low, he chose you. Now, if you're walking through some shadows today, he knows. If you've been unseen, he sees. And if you wonder whether God understands your pain, look to the small child in Nazareth. He chose to grow up in your story so he could one day rewrite it. With blood, with love, with grace, it is said. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, and with his stripes we are healed. Isaiah 53. I wanted to leave you with this early thought. I'm here to give you a spirit-filled message, and I know it will not be popular or go viral. But if you want to help others, then subscribe to follow the next chapter in this story. Share this with someone who needs to remember that Jesus chose them, even before the cross.